Yo guys, welcome back to this brand new video on Stock Talk Insider. Today we will be talking about SoFi, one of our most beloved stocks, of course, and one of the stocks that I believe in the most. Of course, every stock that I own, I believe in a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't own it. But yeah, so in the last year, SoFi has gained around 243%, actually 244% in gains if you bought around, which is it? Around August of 16th of August last year. 2024. So the market cap at this point is 28.5 billion almost, with a stock price of 23.77. So if we go into its information about stock, we have earnings and the growth momentum. So let's start with that. So we have SoFi, which reported 858 million in adjusted net revenue for Q2. That's 44% jump year over year, which is very much and well above Wall Street expectations. We also have the GAAP net income coming in at $97 million, marking the seventh consecutive profitable quarter. On the customer side, SoFi added 850 new members in just one quarter, bringing the total up to 11.7 million, which is almost 12 million, and product adoption is growing just as fast. Over 17.1 million financial products are now in use, up 34% from last year. And also the members that they are adding are just phenomenal. We are almost maybe at 1 million a quarter. That maybe takes even 1 year or less before we hit 1 million a quarter maybe. So yeah, looking at loan growth, which is a big driver here, personal loans surged 66% year over year to 7 billion. Student loans were up 35% and home loans nearly doubled to about $800 million. And this is just growth, this acceleration. So looking at trading view, I've made a little example of where the stock's at. So if you look at where the stock is at right now, we're at 23.77, of course. But if you look at all of the years that SoFi has been on the market, we have the highest we have the highest price of 28.27. And we went in recent times to about 24.94 with earnings back a week or two ago. And yeah, which translates itself into a 12.68% gap to hit all-time highs. And I can say, you guys, that if we hit all-time highs, we're just flying. And we're going way above that. So yeah, it's just a matter of time when we break the all-time highs of 28.27, which is in this case 12.68%, around 318 basis points, $3.18. So yeah, let's look right into the next part of the information. We have strategic upside and catalysts, and it doesn't stop there. So management raised full year guidance, now projecting $3.38 billion in revenue and 31 cents per share in earnings, both ahead of prior forecasts. The stock market loved it. Shares jumped as much as 19% after the earnings release. Beyond the numbers, SoFi is also expanding into new opportunities. They're re-entering crypto trading, which is a big one, launching international Bitcoin payments, which is actually even bigger, and expanding their B2B services like 401k transfers. SoFi has also been added to the MSCI ACWI index, which could attract more institutional investors and long-term inflows. And then we're not even talking about the possible merger with S&P 500. So it's not all smooth sailing, of course. So shortly after earnings, SoFi announced a 1.5 billion stock offering, issuing about 72 million shares at $20.85, which while this raises capital, it also dilutes existing shareholders, and that spooked the markets. Analysts are also cautious on valuation. Despite the growth, SoFi is trading at elevated multiples on price-to-price earnings and price-to-sales. Some firms, like Barclays, maintain only equal way rating with a price target of $18 below current levels. But again, that are the highs from 1 year ago. So $18 are the stock prices we wanted to have a year ago, and now those are the lower levels and below current levels. So that's just an image of where we stand. Others like 24/7 Wall Street even project a potential pullback to $12 to $13 per share. I don't believe that we're going under $20 per share because the company is too strong and the stock actually also. We're not going below $20, no way. Only if there's a black swan event or something like Trump announces some big things or some new big tariffs or something's really going mental in the in economy or just in the world in its general, then we're going back to prices like that. So keeping it short when there's a recession or a big pullback in the whole market, not only because of something in SoFi. So yeah. We also have the factor in the bigger economic picture. If inflation remains sticky or the Fed delays rate cuts, that could keep borrowing costs higher for longer, impacting both loan demand and SoFi's funding costs. But then again, if you look at the company's earnings, it's not really affecting its growth. Of course, they can grow even faster if rates were cut. But again, they're growing pretty steady, and I believe in what they're doing. So, and if the US economy does tip towards a slowdown or recession in late 2025, fintech companies like SoFi are often hit harder since consumer borrowing and spender cools off quickly. So while SoFi is delivering record growth today, it's still operating in a very sensitive macro environment. So what should investors take away from all of this that we said? So we have also bull case, bear case, and base case, of course. Starting with we will start with the bad one, so with bear case. If valuation stays stretched, macro conditions worsen, or member growth slows, SoFi could retrace significantly from current levels. Going to the base case, growth remains strong, but share dilution tempers again. The stock consolidates, delivering moderate upside. The bull case, SoFi continues to scale rapidly, crypto and new services add revenue streams, and raise guidance proves conservative. In this case, the stock could push higher from here. And actually, out of those three cases, I think that the bull case is actually the base case in this scenario. So I go for the bull case, but I believe that will be the base case if you look at where SoFi is at. But of course, I'm not taking rate cuts or inflation or any other things about tariffs or just macro data. I'm not taking that into account, just stock itself. I believe that the bull case in that case is just the base case. So, conclusion to wrap it up, SoFi is one of the most exciting fintech growth stories on the market right now, but also one of the most debated. With explosive membership growth and profitability milestones, the upside is clear, but with dilution and valuation risks, caution is equally warranted. That's it for today's breakdown. If you guys liked it or have anything else to say, leave a comment in the comments, of course. And if you like the video, like it if you want. That's very positive for my analytics. And yeah, if you want more, subscribe also. And then I see you guys later.